All right, soggy start to the week, which also feels like a routine we're in. Mondays and Fridays have been our keys
we
for a
did
while.
break that for a while, but it was a familiar pattern.
Yeah, it
through
did
the
feel
summer.
very familiar this morning.
This is the worst day of the week, though.
This is a rude Monday.
Great.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
It is interesting how, like, in a lot of parts of the state, this is unquestionably a worse day than the hurricane day.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, especially over western Maine. They're seeing the heaviest rain, and they saw some sun on Saturday. So there it is, some really heavy bands of precipitation kind of thickening up across the state. We're going to be watching western Maine back through New Hampshire for the heaviest bands here. And you can see some of those yellows starting to set up. So what we're worried about is if these heavier bands, what we call train over one spot. So they kind of move over the same spot over and over again. That's when you get your flash flooding. So this is the best zone here, it looks like, based on the radar, that we could see some of that going on. National Weather Service has issued flood watches pretty much the entire state, although I will tell you that really this is the zone, again, that we're worried about. Anything could happen. I don't see it happening over down East Maine, though, or the mid-coast. I think your better chance is over western Maine. So this is a very winter storm vibe where you've got the low here, but your heaviest bands of precipitation. I mean, you talk about like Sebago Lake, right? That's one of those spots that often is the middle of the heaviest snow. Well, in this case, rain, and that stretches back to about Freiburg. So it's the same kind of setup. Those are the zones that are really getting pounded tonight and through early tomorrow morning. That moves into the mid-coast. This looks like a little bit after midnight, and eventually it's to down east. Now look, down east has a more saturated ground because they did get quite a bit of rain from Lee, but I also think they're going to see less rain and it's going to move faster, so it should be less of an issue. We'll linger with some showers early tomorrow morning, start to clear out. Looks pretty nice along the coast through the middle of the day. Mountains, still cloudy, still a couple of sprinkles, and then that whole low moves out. So again, this is not verbatim, but models put down 3 inches of rain. That could be a problem, 3 or 4 inches if that ends up being even in the ballpark. So you can see where that highlighted zone is. Lesser amounts into down East Maine, so could be possible road washouts here and there. I think that's definitely a possibility. So there's our low moving away. High pressure builds in. So once we clear out tomorrow afternoon, we're in good shape Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, probably most of the day here because we've got this high here. It's a tenuous setup. We've got this high here and a low here, so it's trying to nudge into that high. It'll eventually get through, I think, on Sunday and give us some showers. The question is, can it nudge in for late Saturday? At this point, I've got the day dry. I just want you to know I'd like to see another day of that. Room temperature, basically straight through. Cooler on Sunday because of shower possibility. Although I just put clouds for now because there are some models that keep the rain away from us on Sunday. So we'll just say watching low. I don't know if that means much to people. I think watching storm, I'll change it to. And then partly cloudy on Monday, and again, temperatures pinned in the 70s. Probably, guys, we're done with any heat, which seems like we didn't have much of anyways. You can get it in October sometimes, but Luca was asking me today when we could put out our Halloween decorations.
Ooh,
so
he's ready.
He said he wants
on.
one for every day. He wants to put one out for every day between now and Halloween. And I said, that's a lot. And he just said, we got to get more.
He's setting the standard in your household. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Window sticks.
No,
count?
I asked him
Individual
that. I
count,
said, can we
right.
just put like, and he's like, no, they need to be individual things.
Buddy.
So it's going to
No,
cost
he's a smart kid. Thank you, Keith.